Okay, today we are playing a game on the Horizon Lunar Colony. We are in the Platinum SR range, and we will be playing the vast majority of the game as Winston, but we are Zarya right now. This is a 27-minute long game on Horizon, and only the first round is Zarya. Okay, so it's almost entirely Winston, just a little bit of Zarya at the start. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what our team comp is because I forgot to look, but that's okay. We'll just start the game. It's fine. We have so much to talk about today. We don't need to. We got 27 minutes of video game right here. We don't need to bog ourselves down with any kind of attempt at professionalism. Come on. So I got a Widowmaker. That's a little bit scary on this map, especially since we can't really do much about it. Very optimistic use of the bubble because we've only seen Genji so far, and that's it, and we actually ended up not getting any charge off of that bubble, so it was optimistic to expect to get much off of Genji right there. Did manage to get 40 charge off that. Reinhardt's gone way in, and it went a lot better for him than expected. This is very greedy to do this, because we can see Reinhardt getting revived right in front of us, and like, he decides to charge us, which was not really the correct decision, but there's a lot of men right in front of us still, and we can see Reinhardt's getting up, so that was a pretty greedy attempt to get charge. We got away with it, though, so don't get punished, don't have to learn. So, what we're about to find out is, Zenyatta was actually in space the whole time, shockingly enough. It's okay, he doesn't need to breathe, so he can hang out there all he wants. Why can't we all just go out into space and be fine, by the way? Does anyone have the lore on that? Like, why can we just breathe out there? Are we in some kind of dome that actually has air in it, but still no gravity? Whatever, who gives a shit? This is a game where you can play as a hamster and a giant robot, right? Like, it's fine. So, the reason I went back, we could have probably tried to kill this Zenyatta, because we're really high charge right now. And we know Zarya bubbled him, but we saw Zarya so far away that she's not actually in any position to really help him outside of the bubble. So I would have gone to just try and drill through the bubble and killed Zenyatta. And you know, we're big and easy to hit. We were half health, but we had our bubble still, and we had like 70% charge. So I'm pretty confident we could have killed the Zenyatta before he killed us, because Zarya is really fucking strong when you're high energy. We know there's a Widowmaker, so we really shouldn't be just, like, prancing out in full view like that, because very easy to get killed. Genji's trying to kill his master over there. Didn't really work out super well for him, as we can see. And so now, you know, they're down some people at this point, but they're still trying to push in anyway. Looks like Moira was wasting a lot of her resource over there, but hey, you know, she's gonna do whatever she's gonna do, right? So, and then just like that, most of them are dead. Just drill straight through the bubble and kill them. Doesn't matter if you pop the bubble if you kill the person that's under there. That's all that really matters. Man, this skin upsets me, because, like, this is easily the best Zarya skin, no doubt, but, like, the gun looks so dumb. It's mostly the barrel area. Like, this whole arrangement, I don't like this. I don't like the gun. The skin itself is really good, but I don't like the gun. So we were really high energy, but they were all dead, so now most of it's gone by the time they've regrouped, which is upsetting. There's a Winston over there. Good discipline to not just bubble the person, because as we can see, that would have ended up being a complete waste, because Winston didn't land up there. So good discipline to wait and see if that person actually started to get attacked. So now they actually have changed to a dive comp, which is fair enough to do, seeing as we have, like, the 2 hit scan DPS. We do have Graviton right now, but, Moira is using Coalescence. Would I have grabbed right here? No, we can't get many people with it. And, like, the fight's already not going particularly well, so, no, I wouldn't have grabbed there. I stopped to think about that because, not to spoil, but one of the questions in the email is when and where would I have grabbed during the first round. And it wasn't there. We actually have played more Zarya than I thought we did in this round, because I remember this round being over really fucking quickly. I didn't think it went like full 3 minutes. Well, I guess it's gonna go slightly more than 3 minutes as well, isn't it? Because they have they've still got to capture the second checkpoint. So here they come. Here come the divers. I think we were the only one up there, so we have to kind of give up that ground really quickly. Do we really need to bubble the Widowmaker? She's pretty close to dead. That's fair enough. Because I'm like, basically, I'm like, we didn't get a lot of charge off of that. Could we have gotten more charge off that bubble? But she was about to die, so it's, you know, just in case to make sure she doesn't die. That's kind of more important than how much energy we got, I suppose. So they still have a Widowmaker over there in the middle. All in all, that push didn't go super well for them. So, we didn't manage to get a lot of charge, so we're going to be at basically 0 charge when they start to push in again, which is very upsetting for us. But they do still have a dive comp, so we can just wait to see who they dive on and then, you know, bubble that person. Fairly optimistic attempt to get some charge out of that bubble because we couldn't actually really see anybody. We could see Zenyatta and it was about to be Baby Diva, but Baby Diva was going to be running away. So she was, we weren't likely to get much charge out of that one. And, you know, we like to get charge. So, even though, like, we bubbled that person, Diva just diligently kept shooting him. She just, like, kept going until she emptied that clip, even though we bubbled him. So, great job, Diva. Thanks for all that charge right there. Wouldn't have done it there. I wouldn't have done it there. The intention, I imagine, was to capture, Winston and the other person in that. Or it might have just been to get Winston in it. If it was just to get Winston in it, I'm not crazy about that either. You know, because we might have just missed. And if it was just to get Winston, I'm not crazy about that either. So, yeah, and then we got killed by the self-destruct. So, in this reality, I would have... From the position we were in, I think I would have just died and never used Grav, because I'm not crazy about using it right here. Because, I mean, we only catch that person in it. So, yeah, I wouldn't have used it there. I would have saved it to use later on in this fight, but as we can see, we died. So, I would have actually not used Grav this round, because I wouldn't have wanted to use it on that. We should change to somebody else right now, because... We just need to stall, get back there faster, and Zarya is like... There's a little bit of a setup period for Zarya, you know? Like, you've got to actually get some energy before you can do much of anything, really. And then Genji uses Dragon Blade, and it's all very sad. All very, very sad. And yeah, they're gonna capture that point, shockingly enough, I know. Let's see, so... I have about the first round. Could I have done something to substantially increase the chances we held either point as a corollary? I've never been sure how you say that word. Corollary? I don't know. I've tried not to say this word out loud, because it makes me sound like a Neanderthal when I try. Specifically, where do you think you would have used Graviton Surge? I don't think I would have used Graviton Surge, because I wasn't crazy about using it there, and there wasn't really an opportunity I saw before that, so... basically, it was, what we could have done was not die to self-destruct, which is kind of aim better advice, especially since Winston was there punching us at the time. Yeah, so, the way that went, I wouldn't have used Graviton, because I didn't like using it there. I would have saved it, because there wasn't really a time earlier than that to use it, so... it's not especially helpful advice, is it? Well, if you just don't get killed by the nuclear blast, then everything would have gone swimmingly. But, you know, clearly that's not the world we live in, so... Yeah, I would have used it later in that fight, but we died, so... Didn't get an opportunity to do so. There really wasn't the time, because that's what I was thinking on the first point, like, would I have grabbed here? And, like... I think you can make a case for it, especially since Moira was using Coalescence, but the fight was already not going particularly well by that point, so no, I think I would have just basically given up on that point. I mean, it's Horizon, it's not the end of the world if you lose the first point, right? So yeah. No, there wasn't anything that stood out to me as being like a really big opportunity to change how either of those points went, other than don't die on the second point, which, you know, if you just, click on the man's head, you win. It's very straightforward. This game is actually very simple. If you can just click on the bad man's skull a little bit better, it's all good. Oh, careful about jumping in space. So that'll happen. I remember playing a game as Bridget on Horizon, and a fight actually broke out in space, and it was like the greatest day of my entire life, because I just knocked like 3 people off the edge, just like stun them. There's no gravity. It has a slight knockback, which suddenly becomes a fairly regular knockback in space. Whip shot someone. One of them was Winston. He tries to jump back, push him again. So that just sat happening for a little while until he just gave up and accepted he died in the cold, empty vacuum of space. Oh, it was so good. Oh, what a day to be Bridget that was. Fight breaks out in space. Finally, this knockback's gonna kill so many people. And it did. It was a good time. Anyway, so. Oh, that's not our Reinhardt. Right. We have, like, the dive comp now. So we changed to Winston because, you know, they had Genji and Widowmaker, so we decided we're gonna play Winston because, you know, fair enough. No need to jump right there. I was going back like, we definitely did something wrong in here. Yeah, don't need to jump right here. It did exactly nothing, and now we don't have it when we would like to have it to get away. We also could have gone into space. Space has a slightly better odds of getting us out of this situation alive than going that way, because if we can get out into space, the door might close, block some shots, then we can try and jump through space to the door again. I know I said to be careful about jumping in space, but hey, yeah. If we didn't use our jump, we could have just, like, jumped straight back across to the other staircase and tried to go back down, but given that we used our jump, we would have been better off trying to break line of sight in space. Which is hard to do when you think about it, isn't it? Yeah, but if we just didn't use that jump to, you know, grind into the wall, we could have just jumped back out to safety. So, that's the more baseline solution right there. So, we are trying to get to the Widow because, you know, we're playing Winston. Oh no, everybody's here. Oh no, oh no, oh no. So yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about playing Winston, is if the enemy team actually comes and helps the person you jump on, it can end in sadness quite quickly. So I know we want to kill Widowmaker, but I actually would like to focus Zenyatta before we try and kill Widowmaker, specifically because Discord Orb is really annoying and very scary to Winston. But the enemy, because there's a D.Va on their team, and Mercy, they'll be able to respond fairly quickly to whoever we jump on, so we kind of need to pick our time to jump in quite carefully. Ooh, she's trying. What's she's crouching for? What's gonna happen exactly? What's Winston gonna do that she's gonna dodge by crouching exactly? Oh, he might headshot me with a Tesla cannon. If only, right? Didn't really need to put the bubble down up here, because Widow at this point, she's like basically done. She's jumping down, machine gunning us, like, we're so healthy, like, there's no way she kills us, right? There is a way. It's an extremely slim chance. I'd rather save the bubble for this fight over here, rather than use it when we've basically killed her. So we're really low, but we really want this, well, we're half, which isn't necessarily really low, but we really want the Mercy dead, and we almost had Primal Rage. So we could basically just go with Reckless Abandon, because we had the giant HP buffer. So I actually want to leave this man alive slightly longer, because there's no way he gets out of this. Like, he's just used his Concussive Blast, he's basically dead. I actually just want to, like, walk with him for a little while, and just, like, try and add a couple of extra seconds onto that kill, just to stagger him a little bit more, because there was, like, no way he escapes us. I guess I shouldn't say no way. There's definitely a way he escapes us, but like a 1% chance of him escaping. So we could have just followed him for a little while and prolonged his death for a little bit longer. And then, you know, if you're in a position where, like, you know you're gonna kill somebody, try and prolong it a little bit longer so you can stagger them. Now, don't risk the person escaping, because killing the person is still the most important thing. So if you're kind of iffy on it, like, oh, I might not kill this person, just kill the person. But in that kind of situation, Junkrat wasn't getting out. We could have prolonged his death a little bit longer and gotten a stagger on him. And, you know, sometimes you can't do that when you'd like to because your teammates are there and they'll kill him instead. But if you can stagger someone a little bit longer, try and do that. If the Reinhardt's hopping around in front of you with his one, like, fucking, they love doing this. They're out hopping around in front of you behind their shield. They got 5 health behind the shield. Just look at him for a little while. Just stand there and just shame Reinhardt into a corner and just give him a stern look. Make him think about all the mistakes he's made in life that have led him to this point. And then just eventually, you know, then you punch him. Then you kill him. But like, fucking Reinhardt players, they love to prolong their death hopping back in the shield. Let him do it. Let him prolong that death that's definitely coming as long as possible, and then slap him when he actually tries to escape. Because inevitably he'll try and, like, charge away with his 2 hit points, and then that's when you get him. Anyway, so we've got Primal Rage right now, so we can pretty much do whatever the fuck we want. Here comes the tire. Scary, scary. Oh, Reaper of all people broke it. Isn't that incredible? The most scary tire break I've ever had personally was I was playing Zarya, and it rolled, like, right out of the spawn on Route 66 at me, the 3rd checkpoint we were attacking. It rolled out of the spawn at me. And, like, somebody else hit it, did most of the damage. I punched the tire to kill it. And how often can you say that you punched Junkrat's tire to kill it? It was a pretty landmark experience for me. Very scary. I was surprised I lived. Just like desperation. Slap. Ooh, wow. So Reaper's dead currently, and D.Va's out of mech, but they did just lose their Reinhardt, so we decided that we're going to go a little bit harder on this one, which is fine, fair enough. So Primal Rage is kind of a thing, so let's see if we could have done this a little bit better. I'm not exactly a Grandmaster Winston player or anything, but... So we didn't really want to go very far right here. I don't think we needed to jump at all, to be honest with you. But if you want to jump to somebody and they're not very far away from you, if you hold back when you push jump, you don't go as far. So if you want to jump to somebody but they're not like super far away from you, you hold back, you don't go as far when you jump. Whereas if you jump and then jump, you'll go slightly further. I know it was a stupid sounding sentence, but you know what I mean. You know, you're a smart person. You know what I mean. Probably smarter than me. Well, you almost certainly are, to be honest with you, but it's okay. I have fabulous hair. So, fights, you know, we're playing a 2CP map, so, you know, like, we were winning the fight, but you have to be winning the fight for quite a while to actually get anywhere on a 2CP map. So we lost track of Transcendence of Zenyatta a few times in there, and he ended up managing to get Transcendence off. You know, don't lose track of the person you're trying to kill. That's why they pay me the big bucks right there. You know, you like that one? You like that advice? That's unfortunate. It happens to the best of us. It's, you know, you're on a very slight incline, try to jump, just stop immediately because you collided with the, like, 1 foot of ground in front of you. That's always very upsetting. Can we get a change on Winston where if you jump on a staircase or a slight incline, it won't just automatically, like, vacuum you down back onto the staircase, right? Like, just ignore the slope that you're on? That'd be great. But, you know. Probably not. Probably won't happen. It took us 20 years to actually get a bug fix on Reinhardt's Earth Shatter, so it wouldn't just go through people's shields, you know? It took us a while to get there. Excuse me? Excuse me? Like, it's not me, right? Like, we definitely are, like, standing right on top of the Earth Shatter, right? Right? Like, I'm not crazy, am I? Because I feel like we definitely got Earth Shattered. Right as I was talking about how they finally fixed Earth Shatter, we get this frame right here. God damn it, Blizzard. I was like, oh, they actually fixed a bug. Oh, it took us a while, but they actually fixed us, and then this happens. God damn. We, like, full body got hit by that. But no, didn't count, apparently. God I hate Reinhardt so much. God damn. So that didn't go well for him. I'm gonna use Dragon Blade. Well, I'm gonna use Death Blossom. Well, Jesus, I didn't know it was so serious, Reaper. Holy fuck. So we could just, like, try and kill Zenyatta right now. Like, we could have... Here's what we could have done, because we want to be close enough to... We want to put the bubble a little bit closer. I didn't really need to go back this far. We want to put the bubble a little closer to him. So we could just, like, hug the wall a little bit, get a little closer, put the bubble next to him, and start tasing him. Or we could just jump on him right there and keep going anyway. We might have been afraid because we had Discord Orb on us and already took some damage, but we've almost got Primal Rage, so we can do whatever the fuck we want, really. And, like, we don't want Zenyatta to get Transcendence again, you know, because that ended up being a pretty big cockblock for us the last time we almost captured the checkpoint. But then we, you know, a few people died to self-destruct, so I guess in the end it doesn't matter, right? Oh, we're actually still winning the fight, amazingly enough. Isn't that incredible? We're not winning the fight anymore. So, it's, you know, it's fine. Whatever, who cares? It's Horizon. We got time. It's, you know, I've seen this story 1,000 times. You think you're fucked, and then on the very last push, they just fall apart, and you capture it anyway. So we're doing a fair bit of tasing right here. There is actually no reason to be doing what we're doing right now, because all we're really doing is risking death, because we're not building ult charge. We can't do anything right now, because half of our team is still respawning behind us right now, so... Doing this right here is doing nothing except feed them ult charge and risk us getting killed, because we're not doing anything right now. We're waiting for our team to still get back, so we were too far forward right there. Now our team is regrouping behind us. But yeah, all we did was give them some ult charge right there. So, a bunch of them are dead now, actually. Like, a bunch of them just kind of suddenly died. Oh, there goes Mercy. Do we need to jump right here? Could we have just walked after her? We didn't really need to jump right there, because, you know, Mercy's gonna fly away from you as soon as she gets the opportunity to do so, so... Could have just tried to walk after her and then jump after she uses GA, because she's not gonna want to be next to Winston for that long. There was a mentioned very bad use of Primal Rage coming up on the second checkpoint, which... at some point, and I'm kind of waiting for it. It might have already happened. No, we haven't used Primal Rage on the second point, have we? Except for that one time. But it wasn't a bad use, so I'm guessing that's still coming. Oh, this is it? This must be it. Yeah, this is a bad use of Primal Rage. The email mentions, like, I know it was a bad Primal Rage. Don't worry about it. Okay, alright. As long as you know. As long as you know. So we'll not agonize over it that much. So, we have one fight left. Ideally, we can capture it with 1 second left, so we still get the extension. Because if we capture it in overtime right now, we don't get the extension, and then we're in a position where we can't possibly win. Which is always very fun, when you're like, well, guess we'll just have to defend for like 6 minutes, and you know... We'll draw if everything goes as well as it possibly can go. It's always very exciting, isn't it? So we're on the Zenyatta. We want this boy dead. Discord's annoying. Transcendence is annoying. We don't want any part of that. And we have in fact killed him, so excellent. And now she's trying to res them. Oh, no. Oh, he's got the blade. Oh, not anymore, though. Fuck it. Oh, Zenyatta's like, no. No fun, no fun. And look at that, look at that. See, I've seen this story so much. It looks like it's all going terribly, and then they fall apart in the last couple seconds. We still have 10 minutes of video left. Even though we only have just under 5 minutes left on the clock. Isn't that incredible? God, I hate 2CP maps so much. I didn't watch all the way to the end, because to be honest with you, I looked at 27 minutes and went, oh god, we'll watch, like, you know, half of it, and then we'll call it good. So, do you think we're going to capture both points and then do another round right at the end? I think that might be what happens, based off the amount of time left. God, wouldn't that be depressing? God, I hate 2CP maps so much, especially Horizon. God damn. Yeah, so let's back that one up a little bit. Let's, attempt to actually learn something today, as shocking as that might be to think about. Hold on. Wait, let me check the email. There was something about the second round, I think. A question about the second round. Another question regards the second round. Could I have dived the enemy more effectively as Winston, or should I have been playing a different hero? I wasn't 100% sure how to approach the first point, since there was a lot of high ground with long sight lines that had heroes like Widowmaker and Zenyatta that are pretty dangerous at long range. One thing I reflected that I could have done differently was try to engage from the side rather than lead the charge of the Light Brigade directly at the enemy. However, one attempt at flanking led to disaster. So I would jump on, the one thing I would have done is I would have looked for the Zenyatta rather than the Widowmaker. I know we want the Widowmaker dead, but Zenyatta being alive makes things so very difficult. And if you can just remove that issue, it's a lot simpler. Also, Zenyatta's easier to kill than Widowmaker, because he doesn't have any kind of movement abilities, so there's that. The other thing is, we didn't really look before we leapt in a few situations, because, like, when we jumped up onto the Widowmaker and immediately got clapped by, like, Zenyatta and D.Va, they were actually standing right next to the person, basically the entire time, so it was a very short rotation to get to us, but we didn't know, that we didn't actually look there to see where they were, so, or if we did, I missed it. I mean, this is a 27-minute video. I'm sorry if I'm just talking nonsense. This is entirely possible. But I'm operating in the assumption we didn't look because I don't remember we looking, okay? So we didn't look. We should have looked around a little bit more because we need to know where the enemy team is, because this is a relatively confined map, so it's a little bit harder to find people who are by themselves. And when you jump into a bunch of people as Winston, it's very easy for them to all just immediately turn around and clap you. So you gotta be careful. I mean, a lot of Winston is really picking your moment to dive on someone. So you gotta look around a little bit more, because if you see people right next to the person, maybe wait a little bit longer before you jump to them. Especially if it's like D.Va, who can just get there immediately. If there's somebody on the enemy team like D.Va who can respond to you diving very quickly as well, it often ends up being better to, like, wait to see her use her boosters to do something, because then she can't rotate over to try and save the person. Sometimes you can just kill the person in front of D.Va, because, like, Winston, you can't get defense matrixed, right? So if you just, like, jump on the person and only D.Va comes to help, you just, like, do the bubble dance and, like, tase the person to death right in front of D.Va, and there's not a lot they can do other than try to kill you before you kill the person, right? But yeah, I would have targeted Zenyatta over Widowmaker, just because Discord Orb makes things so much more difficult for Winston. I mean, in general, like, Discord makes life difficult for a lot of people in general. Tanks, in particular, really hate Discord Orb. Other than that, yeah, basically look around, make sure nobody's there to immediately rotate to the person, and target Zenyatta first, because Discord Orb is really upsetting to play against. I'm pushing the spacebar, but I of course went to a different window, didn't I? So it's not going to start the video again. So, right here, kind of the same thing. We just kind of, well, we looked up there as well, didn't we? Did we see, like, these people up here? I didn't really see McCree over there, but also, like, we did jump into a lot of people still. We did see, like, a big cluster of people up there, and, like, we really don't want to jump into a lot of people as Winston, because anything just all turn around and clap you. So we've managed to find Widowmaker mostly by ourselves, then we decide to change over to the Zenyatta and kill him first. Good stuff. Now we're after the Widowmaker. Ooh, ooh. Give her the crouch. Give her the crouch when she turns to look at you, because, like, she's aiming right at your big old head as she, wants to be as Widowmaker. You can still duck it. Not necessarily gonna duck it 100% of the time, but you can still duck it. Try and put the moves on her, because she was definitely trying to line that one up. And we were, like, kind of walking at a very straight line. We want to get through as quickly as possible. I get it, but, like, Winston's got a big ol' head. It's very easy to hit him, right? Especially if you got, like, half a second to aim. So we've managed to capture the first checkpoint. We're very close to having Primal Rage. I know we need a third of it still, basically, but, like, that's not much for Winston, honestly. Oh, we see that, oh, no, finish him off, finish Zenyatta off. We've even got Doomfist here helping us. I was like, we see Doomfist, I was gonna be like, we see Doomfist here, so we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna come and kill this Zenyatta. Then we immediately gave up on killing the Zenyatta. He's like so close to dead right now, just like, make sure he dies. Does he die? Please say he dies. Oh my god, does Doomfist fuck it up and he doesn't even die? Oh my god. We're watching the kill cam, so I'm very upset about that. Skip the kill cam. I want to know if Zenyatta died. Just kill the Zenyatta. Make sure the Zenyatta dies. Especially since we, like, really, like, Transcendence is awful for us, right? Like, we really don't want him to build up any of that. Yeah, we're gonna capture it and do more rounds, aren't we? You know, the darkest timeline. Oh, he was pulling out the sword. He got the first word out right as we landed on him. Which Reinhardt's ours? Okay, he's dead. Okay, awesome. Yeah, we're gonna capture the checkpoint. You know, it's just, we're gonna take a while. I'm surprised by everything that's happening, because I didn't get this far through the video. I was like, oh, that's good enough. That's good enough. I think I've seen the basic themes of what we're going through today. We're playing Winston on the Horizon Lunar Colony, so, you know, we're mostly sadness because we're on the moon. That's just how it is. Okay, so... Hey, now they've got to capture every... You know, there is still a situation where if they capture this with a minute or more to spare, we could still be in a situation where we can't win anymore. Oh, wouldn't that be depressing after everything we've done so far? So we've decided to stay on Winston, presumably because we expect them to play Widowmaker and Genji again, because that's what they did when they were attacking before, so why would they change now, seeing as that went so well for them the first time, right? So we're waiting. This is what you do when you're playing Winston on defense. You wait a while for something to happen. The cool thing about defending as Winston is that attackers are more likely to leave their backline behind. Like, if they got a Zenyatta, they're pretty likely to leave him behind when they advance in. So you can just jump on him when the rest of the team goes in, and hey, look at that, it's a free Zenyatta. So, we're getting kind of harassed. Damn, Genji's dead again. Jesus Christ. Look, hey, look, they got a Zenyatta. Funny that. It's almost like they haven't changed their comp, basically, this entire time. God, that's so heartbreaking that he's, like, just barely out of the range of the bubble. No, he wasn't. No, he was. Did we lose? Does it look like we actually stayed tethered to him the whole time? Could we have just stayed in the bubble? No, it did break off him at the very last second. We actually were still walking forward regardless, but, like, it did break off him at the last second. Yeah. Just barely not far enough into the room to still reach him from inside the bubble. Very sad, very sad. That's the worst. When the person, like, it's like an inch outside the bubble, like, please come closer to my safe space so I can kill you without endangering myself. That I'm already, like, you know, I'm an endangered species, right? Probably in the future. Well, we're a Yeti right now. We're definitely an endangered species, aren't we? A Yeti. Come, please, come to my safe space. But they never do they? They never come to the safe space, weirdly enough, for Winston. Oh, this was very greedy. This is a very greedy jump. We deserve to be punished for it, but we're actually going to get away with it. We wanted that boy dead. We deserve to get punished for that, but we didn't, so that means we don't have to learn. Nice. That's the best, honestly, when you're like, whew, oh, God, I didn't deserve to live with that one, but I did, and now I don't have to learn. That's what I think to myself whenever it happens. So, fight's not really going super well at this point. 2 people got picked off, like, really early on in that fight while we were still trying to recover. So, yeah, not exactly going super well. If we didn't go for the super greedy jump, we might, on the Genji, we might have been in a better position to try and stop that from happening. Because it was while we were recovering from our greedy jump that everything started going badly elsewhere, so we might have been in a better position to react to it. We'll never know, of course. It happened in a parallel dimension, but maybe. So, we've almost got Primal Rage. We can kind of do whatever. We want Discord over off us before we start doing anything else, of course. So we wait for that. Now we're biding our time. We've just heard Genji start using Dragon Blade, which is, I assume, what made us jump over here. But I'm honestly just like, that backline is so juicy right now. Like, that Mercy, she's getting diddled right now. That Hanzo, he's been getting diddled, and it looked like that Fire Strike hit him. So look at how nice and isolated this backline is. Look how far away. Look how far they've gone. And we've almost got Primal Rage. Oh my, I know they started using Dragon Blade, and that's why we jumped to the point so we can try and stop the Dragon Blade, but like, oh my god, that backline was so exposed. Oh my god, I just want to jump. I want to jump on those men and kill those men. That was their Earth Shatter. Did that honestly not hit us again, even though we were like touching him? That's his Earth Shatter. That's the other team's Earth Shatter. Oh god. Our bubble wasn't down, right? Like there wasn't a sheet. I want to believe that this is no. It's gone. Damn it. Still haven't fixed Reinhardt. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. This is what I get for saying anything about them fixing Reinhardt. Because then twice in one game, I'm like, we like full on got hit by that Earth Shatter. God damn. Oh, I'm so upset. I'm upset about the Earth Shatter and the other Earth Shatter, and I'm also upset that we just didn't jump on that back line, because God, did that look like the freest money in the world. Do we really lose this checkpoint? No, we don't, do we? We can't. No, there's no way. There's no way, unless the video cuts off, like, literally right as the game ends. Oh, we're gonna lose this checkpoint. Oh, no. Oh, here they come. Here they come. We're gonna lose this checkpoint. Oh, so close. If we could punch him. If we could have punched him. We could have finished him off right here. Yeah. Because we can see Moira's healing him. So we should, like, run into him to punch him to try and finish him off at the end. Because there's no way we kill him through Moira's healing with the Tesla cannon. We have to, like, get the... Ooh, we have to get the punch in for the last hit. Important thing for... It's like one of the few things you can really do as Winston to, like, super optimize your play is, like... punch to finish them off so they can't get, like, it reduces the risk of them getting healed out of the danger zone. Did they capture this point? They should have captured this point. Oh no, Transcendence. Oh no. Oh, but this boy, oh no, he goes back up. Oh, but we're back up now, but Transcendence is still happening. Oh goodness. Okay, no, we do lose the check. Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Like 20 minutes ago, I feel like I was like, oh god, we lost this checkpoint. And isn't that just the 2 CP experience right there? So they've obviously only got one fight in them right here, but our team is really staggered. Reinhardt's gonna be reviving still as they're arriving. Moira just changed off Moira onto Bridget, so we don't have like a big healer on our team anymore. That's important to remember for, you know, so we're playing Winston. Ooh, Genji. Oh, there he goes. I was like, oh yeah, we can bully this Genji. Oh yeah, he can dash, can he? That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, we kind of left our bubble up here. I mean, I didn't really need to go back this far for this one, to be honest with you. But we leave our bubble up here, and like, are we really that scared of Genji that we felt we needed to put the bubble down right there? Because obviously we really want it right now, don't we? Like, we didn't really need to use it up there, because we can, like, they gotta get to the checkpoint to actually fight, right? So he's pretty much gonna try and ignore us if he can, and, like, even so, we don't want to have to put the bubble down to fight Genji if we can avoid it. Because we can just, like, tase Genji. So, we're gonna defend this one. Yeah. It's still like, it is 2 CP, you never know what's gonna happen on these maps. Alright, everything went swimmingly. It didn't really, but, you know, I really hate... Okay, I'm gonna complain. I'm gonna complain. Because, you know, that's so unlike me. I fucking hate these victory poses because they just look so stupid and out of place. Like, when they put them in, I was like, these look ridiculous. And they haven't started looking any better since then. They just look so ridiculous and out of place. But the one redeeming feature they have, if you go on Divas, spin it around in the viewer, she's got Doritos behind her gravestone. There you go. That's the only redeeming feature right there. So that went absolutely swimmingly. So, was there another question in the email? I'm pretty sure there was. Should I be coordinating with other members of my team more as Winston? I have a bad habit of somewhat of an instinctive lone wolf of treating Overwatch like a single-player game. Could I improve my effectiveness as Winston by trying to follow other flankers, divers more? Yeah, you know, I do the same thing, but, like, if you're playing, like, any kind of diver, really, if you're playing a flanker or a diver, and you see one of the other flankers and or divers jump on somebody, especially someone squishy, like, just following them to jump on that person will usually result in that person dying, right? Like, this is why I was so upset when we didn't, like, keep following the Doomfist on the Zenyatta, because, like, Doomfist and Winston on the Zenyatta, that boy dead as fuck, and we just kind of stopped tasing the Zenyatta, so, you know. I mean, yeah, I'm, like, the same way, where I don't talk to anybody. I hate conversing with the Overwatch community as much, like, it's full of assholes. You're fine, but, like, everybody else, most people, including me, are assholes on this game. So I try not to talk to anybody. So I basically play the game like it's a single-player game, but, like, you know, still, you want to bear in mind what your teammates are doing, and, like, if you see a diver or a flanker jump on somebody, especially somebody squishy, just, like, try and help them kill the person they've jumped on, if it's at all possible. If you, like, know with basically absolute certainty they're gonna die anyway, then, you know, you don't necessarily need to follow them. Like, if you're playing Genji and you see Winston jump on the guy and you can see that the Zenyatta has, like, 2 hit points left and Winston's chasing after him, like, alright, Winston's got that. I'll go do something else in the meantime. But yeah, try and follow other divers and flankers when they jump on someone if you can, because it basically just, like, doubles the chance of that person dying, which is always good, especially if you're running a dive comp, because basically they're about killing people as quickly as is absolutely possible, which multiple people focusing down one person should result in that person dying really fucking quickly. Yeah, so there you go. That's all I got for that one. So, thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you felt I answered your questions from the email inadequately, please let me know and I will try to expand further. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us, and I hope you found the video helpful. That was a bad video. Oh god. Oh, Jesus.